We'll all be celebrating Diwali shortly. Some of you tomorrow and some of you a couple of days later, depending on which state we belong to and which state we are staying. Amongst us, 1.25 billion people, a few hundreds or thousands of people are going to celebrate Diwali away from their families, amidst tensions, amidst gunfires, amidst conspiracies, and amidst no guarantee for life. Yes, I'm talking about our soldiers on the borders of our country, safeguarding us so that we can celebrate festivals in gay abandon, knowing very well that they are there to sacrifice their lives for the sake of all of us. We have amidst us about 700 plus elected representatives who have criminal records, who are amassed wealth much higher and disproportionate than their known sources of income. Many of them who even do not file income tax returns. And amongst people, one of them is Priya Krishna, a known MLA of Karnataka, who in one term has shown wealth to the extent of 910 crores at the age of 31. He is not the son of Dhirubhai Ambani or even Mukesh Ambani. He is not a Narayan Murthy and no known sources of business or commercial activity, but yet he has had the audacity to show 910 crores has been accumulated in his first term as an MLA in the Karnataka Assembly. He is not alone. He is surrounded by, supported by, and his peers or those who are amassed like him but may not be to the extent that he has done. The audacity of our elected representatives in amassing wealth is growing day by day in geometric proportions. The salaries of our heroes bordering this country is growing at a snail's pace. Politicians award themselves 100% increases in salary. Our heroes in the borders of our country sacrificing their lives and their families leading miserable, poverty-ridden lives have to beg for years together for increments to the pittance of a salary that they get when compared to what our politicians and the political class get. A soldier has to work for decades to be eligible for a pittance of a pension, but if our MLAs and MPs just survive for 5 years as MLAs and MPs or elected representatives, they get to have a pension in thousands amounting to rupees 50,000 if I know that's the right amount. And how much of attendance do they give? The entire parliament works only for 90 days and the same is the case with the state assemblies. And almost 60-70% of them don't even attend 10% of the sessions, and yet they're eligible for full-time pension, perks and whatnot, laptops, swanky cars, all at the expense of these poor soldiers who sacrifice their lives for the nations. It's disgusting to note that recently one of the ministers in Karnataka said, "I will not go to the people, I want the people to come to me." Look at the arrogance. They live with arrogance because young soldiers leave their families aside and die for these people. I'm not going to argue whether the death is worth it, but because these elected representatives, all the government servants corrupt to the core, including every department of the government, both central and state government, hardly constitute 10 lakhs totally. So we are the 99% and they are the 1% dominating, extorting and amassing wealth, whereas the rest of the 99% live very modest lives, honest lives, law-abiding lives. If all this is possible, if we are able to even celebrate Diwali today, it is because our borders are safe in the hands of our rank soldiers. Today, let us contribute to the happiness of our soldiers and their families by every one of us greeting the soldiers' families and remembering those who laid down their lives to protect our audacious, corrupt politicians And should I say that? The stupid common people. But it is the stupid common people whose patience and perseverance in getting along with life is what our politicians today are trying to garner for themselves. We talk about religion, we talk about caste, creed, and color and whatnot during elections and after that. Every political party is so engrossed in all these aspects, but the man who's laying down his life at the borders does not think of religion, does not think of what caste he belongs to, does not think whether he's black or brown or white. He thinks about only one thing: the country, the safety of this country, the safety and well-being of its 1.25 billion people of this country. When we are surrounded by corrupt bureaucracy, corrupt politicians running this country, and corruption lies and whatnot every day, every minute amongst us. Today, let us think of our soldiers, the brave soldiers who have laid down their lives and will probably lay down their lives in the future too to safeguard us and our country and our motherland. So, my dear fellow citizens, when you are celebrating Diwali tomorrow or whenever you are going to do it, at 10 a.m. on that day, let us give a 10-second salute to our brave soldiers. Jai Hind. Thank you.